Hello, welcome to my channel, Another Bibliophile Reads. My name is Greg, and I am here to do a December 2021 challenge TBR. People familiar with my challenge will know that I have accepted a challenge based off Criminali's channel to read 100 books that I already own before I buy more books. Now, I have read 7 books on this challenge. I have 93 more to go. Now, I want to finish this challenge as soon as possible, so I'm going to be focusing very heavily on shorter books rather than longer books. But for the month of December, I'm deciding how many books I want to read. This November, I have read 16 books, or 16 and a half if you count the book that I did not finish. But some of those were longer books, so I have decided to challenge myself to read 25 books in December. Now, unfortunately, not all the books that I'm going to be reading are going to be short. One of the books that I'm going to be reading this month is on the Eclectic Book Club, and that is the Iliad by Homer. Now, I am sorry for the reflection. This has a mylar cover and the lights are just shining in, but this is a hefty book. It is just under 700 pages, although my reading schedule for this is going to be about 20 pages or less per day with every 7th day off. So while long, it's going to take a little bit of time. It's not going to be that bad. I am also in a book reading group to do The House of Leaves. This again is a long book, about 700 pages, but it is a 2-month reading project. So I definitely will not be finishing this book in December. It will be finished in January. But that still leaves me a lot of room. Now, yesterday, I started reading The Lathe of Heaven by Ursula K. Le Guin on my Kindle. And I got to thinking, to make this challenge a little more interesting, I'm going to create theme weeks. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with theme weeks after December, but each week we'll have a reading theme. Now, since I've already started The Lathe of Heaven, this first week is going to be a science fiction theme. So all the books that I read on my Kindle or in print copies will be science fiction books. Now, I have to finish The Lathe of Heaven, which almost certainly will be today. And then I have to start picking out some more books. Now, I've got some pre-selected. I have more than I can probably read, but here's the ones that I'm thinking about reading. This is going to be The Palace of Love by Jack Vance within the Demon Prince's first volume anthology. I have read the first 2 of this series a couple years ago. But I never finished it, so I'm going to try to continue with this series and this first book. Another book I want to read is J.G. Ballard, The Burning World. Again, this is very short. It's 160 pages. If nothing else happens to me in a day, I can almost finish this in a day. Another one I've tentatively selected is Flesh by Philip Jose Farmer. You know, I don't really know a lot about this book. I remember Farmer was a very popular science fiction author when I was a kid in high school. And I also have Marion Zimmerman Bradley, Dark Over Landfall. As I believe Marion Zimmerman Bradley has been proven to be an asshole, but I still will try to read her book. I also have a book on Kindle that I want to read. Aldous Burdrus, Rogue Moon. So those are the science fiction books that I am going to try to read in December. I don't think I'll get through all of them. Now, after December, I have picked some more themes. The next theme that I want to read off is the New York Review Books Classics. I have 2 shelves of those books, and I will read just from that publication that week. Now, the good thing about that is that there's a lot of different genres within the New York Review of Books Classics. So I can read a crime novel, I can read a book in translation, I can read a fiction book, I can read some nonfiction. So that's going to leave me a lot of wiggle room and a lot of variety at least in week 2. Week 3, I'm going to focus on crime and mystery books. I don't have any selected yet, but I have plenty to pick from. Week 4, that's going to be November 19th to 25th, I'm going to read just horror books because it's Christmas week. And what better week out of the year to read horror than Christmas week? I'm just strange that way. And to wrap up week 5, I'm going to read books from the Library of America. Now, again, Library of America has a lot of variety in them. So I can read some Philip K. Dick. I can read some Raymond Chandler. I can probably read a book by Willa Cather. Lots of choices to pick from. So that is my challenge. So if you're watching this, go ahead and make some comments. Which of those science fiction books that I held up do you think I should try to read? The only one I'm really committed and want to read right now is the Jack Vance. But the other ones, it really doesn't matter which one you pick up. So if you have a choice, go ahead and leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you for having a good day, and goodbye.